Morning algebra. Sorry, I didn't have my table of contents opened up. We are going to today work on the vertex form of quadratic functions. We worked on the standard last week. So go ahead and freeze this while you write it, because I'm going to move on so I don't waste time on the video. Okay. So we've talked about standard, which is, brain freeze. Y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. And we could tell a lot about this, about what the parabola is doing. If a was negative, it went downward, the y-intercept. And we talked about how it would shift left or right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move into the vertex. So we understand two different forms, so we can start to, they both have different functions. So the formula, I'm going to go ahead and do function notation, I should have done that over here, is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay? And this is the vertex form. X is equal to h. This is the axis of symmetry. Oops, sorry. Now, can I put the vertex form into standard? Absolutely, and we're going to do that in just a little bit. Now, the vertex is equal to h, so I'm going to have to take the opposite sign of it, and k. Pretty sick, because sometimes I can have a negative k, okay? All right, so let's look at an example. If I were given, let's say, a vertex of 3, 6, and then I was also given another point on my graph of, we'll just say 6 and 5, okay? So using this information, I can actually come up with the vertex formula. So we know that the function of x is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k. Okay? Now we know that from this vertex, h is equal to 3, k is equal to 6. All right, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute it. And I also have a point that I can substitute for my y and substitute for my x to solve for my a. Okay? So the function, y on my point is going to be 5 is equal to a. My x is 6 minus my h is 3 squared plus 6. Now I have an equation with one variable, and I can use nsolve, or I can actually isolate the variable. So 5 is equal to a, 6 minus 3 is 3 squared times 9 plus 6, okay? And we know that we are going to subtract it from this side, which gives me a negative 1, right? I want to create a 0. So 5 minus 6 will give me a negative 1, is equal to 9a, and obviously I'm going to divide by 9.